Yeah. Yeah. And actually, this last game I would also actually use for the review because I actually played Ashe and Tracer, so it's like the good split that we wanted.
Let's do it.
Like,
How's practice been?
Kind of interesting because somehow I noticed that my gameplay transformed. So I think I'm taking better positions now, but for some reason my mechanics completely dropped for some reason, so I'm kind of a little bit stuck, but for different reasons than last time.
Okay.
So, like, the first replay of Ashe I sent you, like, my crosshair placement, for example, was totally off, like, completely out of nowhere. So I had to refix this stuff. But I think the angles got better on all characters, and a lot more aggressive on all characters, but now I'm also dying more if I misplay. Because,
sure.
Well,
makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions since last time? Because I know we talked about a lot of different things.
Not really, because last time was mostly on Echo, and this is what I'm training, and this is now really this Tracer, and I think we had not seen Tracer for quite some time.
Right? Echo King's Row? I think.
I don't remember which map it was.
Wait, I'm gonna see if I'm right. Hang on. I know it. Wait, was it? Wait, it was. Yeah, it was. It was Ashe.
Okay,
it was Ashe and the Anubis, and then I got you.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah.
Okay,
Echoes from the Anubis and King's Row I've written down. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So you've been kind of bringing back in Tracer. Why? I love Tracer. I know you played Tracer before, but yeah.
My stack is Ashe Echo Tracer. Like Sombra is still only an excuse pick. The Ashe Echo Tracer is the three things I want to learn to understand.
Okay. Makes sense. Any questions at all from last time? I know I kind of already asked it, just double checking.
No, not really.
Okay. Let's take a look.
Yeah, no, not really. Like, I had great success sometimes, and then it felt really great, and so like I can differentiate now when something go right or things go wrong on the angles.
Yeah, good. You live on the angles, you're born in the angles, you're raised in the angles, and you start to realize what goes wrong when it's on the angle, right? So
Exactly. And I feel like my autopilot is now dragging me towards angles more than before. So it's
Bless. I'm glad to hear that. Okay, let's take a look here. I feel like we're at a point in time now where we can just flow. Right, we can go right into it, ice cold, just start state and stuff. As questions come up, you know the routine. Just let me know. But we've worked together many times, so this will be pretty smooth here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a big fan of the early pressure, but this is why you generally want to start on high and then drop from there, so that then it's easier to disengage this, shoot, apply pressure here, drop coach gun back up top if you want to. And if you want to get really spicy, you coach gun back to this angle here and just basically allow them to walk out of the choke for free, but then hammer them once. I mean, look at this angle here. I'm a huge fan of split on boardwalk here for this exact same reason.
Yeah. I actually saw your last video where you also mentioned this angle, so I remembered it.
Yeah.
Playing on low ground was an accident. I didn't plan on it. It just happened, basically.
Sorry, what?
Usually I start on high ground and I'm
interrupt you really quick. What the heck?
Yeah, well.
Okay. Continue, I guess.
Who needs distance if you can just click heads?
Apparently. Yeah, this is just kind of cheeks, to be honest with you. Like, your team is just not contesting. Like, even this angle here is like kind of corny because your team is like very clearly like drawing the line here. So your angle only is somewhere in this vicinity here. Even I know you got the Tracer kill, but you got to be really careful because look at your team, right? We're not fighting here. So you're kind of playing bait here and you'll be fine. But we still like haven't really set up, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, take the angle. This is where we're fighting. This is where we're angling. We're not angling here. We're not angling here because we're not fighting here. So just take the angle and go. Right.
Okay. So if I can shortly ask. So the thing is, my idea here was roughly that I knew the ball can attack me, but if he attacks me from behind, he has to go through my team first. So my team can shoot him in the back. That way I thought it was kind of okay. Because my team was not set up to shoot anything else when ball attacked me.
Sure, but why not be here, right? Why not create a catch-22 where, like, even if he does attack you, you're still in a good position to live?
Yeah, but I couldn't get there because I just used coach gun earlier for other stuff. Like right. It's snowballed because I started on low ground
exactly,
and high ground.
Exactly.
So I didn't have the choice to go on this position anymore. I took it for myself earlier.
Let me give you a very soft rule that you can kind of apply is when you screw up with your positioning, don't make the problem worse. Cut off the limb, amputate it, walk. If you screw up your positioning, put your running boots on and walk to high ground. You have to do it. Because at some point, unless there's already, like maybe you could be like, okay, well then I don't have time to go high ground, but I can go here. Maybe this is okay, right? Because it's at least something. But don't make it worse. Don't make it worse. Stifle the bleeding at some point.
Okay.
This is fine. You guys have clearly rotated forward, so this is okay. I obviously intended for Tracer. It's fine. So like I don't hate this position, right? Like it's just it's at least you have some cover and like you have it's fine. Good dynamite, really good dynamite. But now I would probably take top because things are starting to get more congested around here. So re-peeking that angle would probably be silly. I don't think you can walk up here. I think you... Okay, I was just thinking. I think you actually do have to coach gun top. But you really need to be retaking... Like, this angle's fine as they've backed out. But obviously, as these fights evolve... Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
The thing is, if Doomfist is already close, I kind of always hesitate to coach gun to high ground because then I don't have coach gun.
So what you do
is... I think I rather have coach gun low ground than high ground without coach gun.
Pay attention to his CD usage. If you use this a punch or slam, then you take top.
Okay.
So find those windows in the same way that you pay attention to a Winston bubble to rotate. Same thing.
Okay.
So there's a lot of erratic movement from you here. What you can do instead is you can duck behind corner and then static peek the other angle here. So you can kind of calm your movement down, right? Because they don't expect you to peek that angle, so you're allowed to take a couple shots without them shooting back at you. More of a micro thing.
In this case, I'm troubled with it because I never know when Genji or Kiriko peeks the high ground and I'm peeking several angles that I do not observe, and Kiriko can just like explode me typically.
Yep. So all I want you to do is I think you could just hold here and or rotate to here and then just shoot. I think this kind of goes back to what I was talking about earlier, where this is why you don't want to stack your angles. I know you were here initially because your team was here, but then as your team clumps back here, it's perfectly worth it to coach gun out to this angle here instead.
Okay, so even further out, yeah.
The reason why you feel stressed here, by the way, I don't love this rotation from you to the front of the billboard, but the reason why you feel stressed here is because everybody on the enemy team is looking here. Yeah. Because everybody on your team is here. So you need to take this time to rotate away. And then if everybody focuses you here, there's at least punishment for the reward. So what you're doing here is you're taking a high ground, you're taking a sight line, but you're not taking an angle in relation to your team. In fact, it was an angle briefly. Like it was an angle like here. It was, right, with how your team is positioned. Your diva was stuffing. You had Kiriko help. But now that as this fight is reset, this position has felt worse and worse and worse, as you said, because what they're doing is you're going, I don't know where to look. There's 3 people on me. There's Tracer here. There's Doomfist here. There's Genji top. Well, yeah, because this is the only location where your team is. They're taking angles on you instead of the other way around. And then obviously, like, you get isolated GG's, right?
Yep.
I will say as well that, like, this is just another one of those things where you are pressing W here. I think you press W because you saw Doomfist. Just be very, very careful. Just be very careful. Yeah, because then you LOS yourself from your supports. Okay, let's keep going here. A lot of problems would have been solved here by just holding a different sideline.
Yep.
Good. Probably should go on you. Surprised he didn't. Minor critique here. I don't see the reason for you to be here when you could be here. Right? Basically same sightline. Huge difference in cover. Right? Huge difference in cover, right?
Yes, but the reason why I rotate off this cover is that I go more to the left and line of sight more people. So it's like if I stay there on the covers, I see more people again. So when do I actually rotate away to from main, basically? So to isolate my line of sight, on when do I take covers? In the question.
I mean, this is cover, right? Like you can see more, but you have cover on more as well. What you're doing is you're creating more distance from yourself from the angle, right? So if they do initiate and you hear, you have more distance. But the more important thing is that, like, yes, more people can see you, but you can, but it's at a distance. That's what you want, right? Like, you want to see more people from a distance. It's just permanent cover. You're overthinking this one just a little bit, and maybe I'm not helping with this, right? You need permanent cover. This was not permanent cover. That's
I want to rotate someone and I couldn't reach it, basically, but I just had the urge to rotate. That's the thing. That like this rotation was just on instinct. Like, there was not a thought behind it. I felt bad here, so I rotated.
Yeah, I understand. You have to be a little bit more patient with Ashe. Like, you kind of have to wait for opportunities to come to you sometimes, right? So, for example, here, we wanted you to rotate away because you were not on an angle, correct? Here, I want you to stand still because you are on an angle. Do you see your diva? You see your Soj, right?
Yeah, okay.
This is where you standing still is an angle because there's nobody else here.
Okay.
It's that simple. I think you die either way, but I do think that angle creates a little bit more distance between yourself and Genji, and you might get the trade in Genji. You might have lived with the coach there, if you've been able to coach out. It's fine. Like, right now, are you on an angle?
Yes. Yeah. There's no one else around me, so should be.
So as this fight evolves, this is fine. Like, you don't have to overcomplicate this one too much. Like, even here, right? Where should you rotate to from here?
Well, I could rotate top left. I like him there for Bob, but
yeah, why not? Why not? You got pressure. You know, you got pressure from your diva on the right. Yeah, keep rotating left. Don't drop. So this is the problem. You lost the angle, and then you used Bob. What you're trying to do is you're trying to press W into Bob in the same way that you would with a dynamite, right? It's like a part of your physiological like makeup. It's like, I must press W, and then the Bob, the dynamite. Don't finesse it. Get to here and Bob, or get to here and Bob. Or if you want to really oomph it, jump up here and toss it from here. Angle then Bob, not push then Bob. Angle then Bob. Because you use a cooldown to get back to the position that you should have been, and this is also after you've already lost the space for what was considered a good Bob. Okay, let's keep going here. Good. I like this position from you. Good shots. Lots of pressure on Doom, and he dies. She's looking for pulse. I think she thought she was going to get pulse. Good stuff. Critiques on the dynamites, I think most of them have pretty good with their intention. Just didn't quite hit or weren't quite in the right spot, but I think that's okay. You're trying to dynamite the right targets. Now, this is where things get interesting. Because, like, right after this dynamite, what do you notice? Right here. What do you notice?
No angle.
No angle, right? Your teammate's screwing you over.
Yeah, so come to my angle. No,
they all come to your angle. They're all hurting like rabbits, right? So what do you think this Genji's going to do, right? What do you think this Doomfist and Tracer are going to do, right? They're going to surround you. Someone's going to come through this tunnel here. Someone's going to come from the right side. Let's see if I'm correct. And there it is. You see it? Yeah. Now, you're just the greatest, so you kill the Tracer. You know that you're vulnerable to that angle, but the easiest way to rotate here would have been what? Not here, but like here. Where would you go?
Well, I can only rotate back out on high ground, basically.
Yeah, because you're like, oh man, but am I not going to get dove by Genji? Yep. But I'd rather
I meant the back high ground, actually.
So you go back here, like here?
Yeah, honestly, because Genji had center already.
Honestly, I like that even better. This is why we pay you the big bucks. This is good, right? So you have a different sight lane, right? Like for the Tracer to come to you, you can see her, you can see him, you can see Cart. They can't hide underneath and attack top, right? Yeah, good. I like it. Good stuff. But let's admire this mechanics here, because I know this had to be good.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Like, I insta-clip the Tracer and miss every shot on Lune. Like, this is so insane.
You want to know why? Movement.
Move more?
Movement. She moves more, you move more. Whereas if you look at your positioning on Tracer, or watch your movement on Tracer.
Just walking.
Basically just a solo strafe, and she also doesn't strafe at all either. Crosshair placement was also much easier too. That's all it was. You don't go from being like peak ons to like bronze 5, right? It's just the movement involved.
Okay.
Oh, the Matrix.
Yeah, this one I am actually training the Doomfist dodge.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
Up.
You're like, get the shot, and then like, look at this. You know it's coming. Just woo!
I'm hunting for clips where he charges off the map. Sadly he misaimed.
That's insane. That's actually so dirty. Okay, I respect that so much. I will say again, like just to again hammer this point home because I'm going to rain on everybody's parade. I want to just park you here and just enjoy what this fight would have looked like. Mm-hmm. Blam, blam, blam. Blam, blam, right? The blam being the shots, right? You know,
literally
very good. Yeah, it's just literally just Kovacs. Tracer can't stage in you without coming a million miles away. You don't even have to use your coach gun here. Juno's dead. Doomfist is dead. Everybody's dead. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so basically I'm making my gameplay harder by walking always forward into them, basically.
Yeah, you really are. You really are. If you feel like how this has continued to remain a very stressful fight as you've gotten yourself surrounded, right? So despite the fact that you've basically gotten 2 or 3 solo kills, you're like, how is this happening, right? It's your setup. It's your setup. Okay. You got yourself sandwiched, right? So actually, it's not that you're taking bad sight lines. I think your sight lines in general are okay. It's just that the angles... You're losing angles to your teammates' setup. And I'm going to put responsibility on you for that because you've had time to reevaluate between fights and you have not done so.
Mm-hmm. So instead of pressing W, finding new enemies, I rather just look at my teammates and reposition and let enemies come because they're all close range.
Yes,
so,
yes. Reposition to your character's strengths, right? Like right now, I could pretty much guarantee that this is fine because you've got pressure here, you know Diva's here, so this is fine. So now you can just Kovacs. So there will be times where you don't need to do anything. Same thing with the rollout and recontest first, right? You just needed to sit here and shoot. You don't need to move at all. But if, for example, now your entire team, like let's say you win this fight and they all clump here, well, you're going to need to rotate here. You're going to need to rotate here or something along those lines, right? I mean, let's be honest. You're going a little Rambo mode here. You're going crazy with it. I actually don't mind this all that much. Like, if you're on a good position... and you just kind of get silly with it, that's all right. This is fine too. Your teammates left, you go right. Have some fun with it.
It's like when only 2 enemies go in while 3 are far back, I usually tend to not play very strictly because, well, Doom is isolated from his support, so I basically don't care too much about being efficient on him.
I understand.
Okay, didn't know if Tracer was still there.
What do you think?
It's an angle to my other DPS.
Yeah, so it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. That's good enough for me. Like, to me, it's really that simple. Like, the reason why these angles have been bad on first and second point is not because they haven't been optimal. It's because they've been garbage, right? Like, like this is fine. Like, there's a bit of a crossfire here, and so you being here is a completely different sighting. This is good enough. You just can't be with your whole team here or with your whole team on high ground, right? So this is fine.
But it also wouldn't be better to rotate further to the right side, so to even increase the angle, right? It wouldn't be better in this case.
Well, the question is, would you cut off support? Would you isolate yourself too much, and or would you get closer to enemy threats? And the answer is probably yes to all of this, so I don't know if it would be better. I think this is probably the best spot. Because anything further and you get too close to people. Yeah, this is fine. You could also say this would also be okay. It's a bit close to here, which is why I don't like it. Maybe you could be... I really think this is your best bet here. Ashe is just slow. Like, there just are fewer positional choices with Ashe, but when you find the right choice, you pop off. This is just dumb for me. This angle's fine, but it's just dumb.
I honestly never expected Tracer to just blink up.
Yeah, do you know how she does it? It's this here.
Yeah, well, now I know, because I've seen the first time.
Yeah. It's still good, though. Like, you solo contest backline from here without even your Diva's help, so I actually think that your team should be okay here. I shouldn't have said anything. My bad. I saw Doomfist dead, and I'm like, it's all right. I mean, I would just reset. You know, don't. This is too close. It is an angle, you know, but it's too close, and you guys aren't fighting. Just reset. And then this is going to be testing your knowledge again because, oh my days. Angle, then Bob. Angle, then Bob. Angle, then Bob. This is war crime worthy right here, I tell you what. This is not good. You got like so many threats here, and you just throw Bob right in here. Where's your angle here?
This I do because one teammate instantly died and we cannot get the repick, so either we just forfeit this team fight entirely, or we can't. Also, this is why I just try to make something happen by pressing random buttons.
But
basically.
you cannot make something happen in this position, is my point.
Yeah.
I think the strategy behind what you're saying is like, we need to get this Bob up because otherwise we lose. Great. Take a position. Then Bob. Walk here. I don't care if I'm Doomfist Tracer. Walk here, then Bob here if you get Dove. Or Bob here. Or walk with your team and then deep flank Bob here. I don't care. Use your coach gun to reposition faster. I don't care. You must angle then Bob. This is going to do nothing other than stall the fight out at best. You see what I'm saying? You must. The funny thing is your placement of the Bob was good. Like, considering where you threw it from, you did isolate the Cassidy with it. Like, that was accurately placed, but it could have been so much better.
Okay.
Now, we're going to go back and ask the question. Are you on an angle?
Yes.
Yes. Where's
This
your
is
team?
an angle.
Where's your team?
AFK main, watching a wall.
AFK main left, right? So here, I think this is fine. I think you probably could have played here instead, okay? Just to create a little bit more distance. But this is one of those situations where you have to really ask yourself, you know, I want the proper range and I want the proper angle, but the angle that I have is a little close. Can I find something that's a bit better? But I would rather have you here than have you here, even though this is better range.
Yeah. I think ideally I would actually swap with Torbjorn, so they would be a little bit closer and I would be a little bit further, would be better.
I agree. And these are situations where if you want to stack your angle on your Torbjorn here, it's okay. It doesn't matter as long as there is some crossfire somewhere else, right? I would be very cautious of this. The angle's deeper, but you're so close. Like that. I'm not gonna lie with you. Listen, you got the kill. I respect it, but you gotta be so careful how close you are. You're feeling you're feeling a little bit here. I think what it is. Here's what it is. You've made this Tracer look like an idiot so many times that you're like, oh, I can get this, you know. And you know what? Hey, it pays off because it's ridiculous. I would rather I at least it's an angle, right? Because the Juno's like, look at this moron. She's feeding. Look at her. Look at her. Get her. And then she dies to the angle. You see this? Bam. Yeah. She actually just dies to Torb turret. But you know what?
Turret at an angle, yeah.
So again, this is where like we've gone from like being stacked with your team because your team stacks with you, and then you're like you go to the opposite extreme where you take like a really deep angle that's like 10 meter, 5 meter range. I want to find a balance here, right? I want to find a balance. That was something else.
Yeah, she...
Wait a second. Wait, check this out. That's me on Tracer right there, I'll tell you what. Alrighty.
Like I always like to say that the enemies you play against or the teammates are a mirror of your own skill. So this is how I look to Grandmasters.
That is true. Now, this is kind of clever here. You rotate away, why?
Because Tracer knows where I am, so Price attack from the star will not work anymore. So I take a position where she cannot blink easily into.
Sure. I'll compliment you even more. Look at how much of your team is front loaded onto this side of the map. This is still a decent angle because you got people here, and so you going here is still an angle, right? But you angling here, there is no pressure from this angle at all, and there is still decent distance. So look what happens as soon as you take this, right? You see?
Yeah.
Immediate kill opportunity opens itself up. Can you get back up top here? Can you do this?
Yes, jump? Over the thing on the right side.
Yeah, you need this. Okay. Same kind of complaint, right? Like, I don't hate this. It's just a bit close. I wouldn't mind you stacking with Torp here. Yep. They're not on Doom anymore, which definitely helps. But, I mean, you're still... that's it right there, right? Alt fire.
In this position, I saw the D.Va engaging from quite far. So I basically just, saw that the distance to her in the back, that I thought maybe she has a target in front.
I see.
So I thought that this is far enough.
Wait. Oh my gosh. Well, your team, the area around payload is clear.
If you just bombed the ground, basically where she was standing would have been better,
yeah, legitimately. And so now you just need to keep moving. You need to keep moving, move. And And then this is good. Obviously, High Noon, you're kind of cooked, but like this is good because teammates main. You're right. This is fine. Okay.
Precise.
Where do you need to go? 2 choices.
Top left, I think, would be best here in this case.
Create more
on the-
distance.
above the
Correct.
health pack.
Either
Yeah.
that, or you need to mark this angle. It's uncomfortable because you're Ashe, not Reaper, right? You're not Cassidy, but it would be better than shooting from here. This is because you're gonna die. You're gonna die to this Cassidy or Tracer, right?
It's just that with this angles, I kind of feel like I can never use Lunold or Kiriko ult, like I haven't used them once, basically.
Yep, you got it. It's not your job.
Oh, okay.
As you get
can't
better,
be insults. Okay.
as you get better in rank, you'll have more Junos that will take angles with you, and Kirikos that will take
okay.
angles with you, and then they will complement more. But as long as you have the people that are going to use it on main, you're just going to be you're never going to use it, right? But what is going to happen is you'll be the one getting the kills, if you think about it, right? Because you can talk about AoE support ult running it down mid. Who's the guy that's going to get the flashy kills? It's going to be the guy that's popping off from the angle here.
Okay.
You know? So yeah, you don't get the damage boost, but you're probably going to get all the glory anyway.
Okay.
So I guess main takeaway here, as we kind of branch off into Tracer a little bit, would be when your team is stacked, be aware of your teammate's position, right? Be aware of your teammate's positions. Remember, there's no such thing as an objective angle. It's always subjective with how your team is set up, okay? And then when you do take angles, try to always find the angle that provides a bit of distance. But if there isn't one, I'm okay with you playing close range. I'm okay. I prefer not to with Ashe, but it's better than stacking with your team. Really,
in this, what about Ashe is also one of the things I noticed is that it's a lot easier to engage Tracer than to sit back and wait Tracer to come into me.
That's it. Well, okay, so stop. That's actually super relevant with what just happened on our screen, right? This fight right here, where I was like, please don't shoot here, deal with this. Imagine if instead of rotating away here, as soon as you get healing, you're already here. Let's watch what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, first
if I would engage into them, they would be stuck on the stairs. They could not push forward.
Yes. There's a very important reason why. There's 2 reasons why. One, you're not surprised by it. And number 2, you have cover advantage. Because if you start here, they're the ones that are in the open. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Whereas you're initiating into them, you're the one in the open now, and she's the one that has cover.
Yeah,
right?
I see it.
So if you hold, you basically give yourself defender's advantage by being there first. Whereas they're the ones pushing into you. So you instantly dynamite both this Cassidy and Tracer. That's recall and also roll. I actually think that there's a world here where you could win this. Not unlikely, but possible. If you hit that dynamite on that angle there.
Okay, so then I need to be a little bit more precise because I've written down don't press W into enemies all the time. It's not like press W into enemies, but it's press W into a position where you have the advantage, basically.
Yes,
so don't AFK in the back, but I actually go into good... Yeah, okay.
Wrap. Continue to wrap. Because the ones that I didn't like the pressing W was when you had Bob, you would just press W on main and Bob on main. Wrap, Bob. If you run in and you bob this angle and you get nobody, but you prevent the Cassidy and Tracer from walking, you then now have a personal bodyguard, literally, to help you sit and AFK shoot Kovacs from top here. Right? If we go all the way back to here, you had a nice position to rotate. You dropped and just like threw bobbed on main instead of rotating and bobbing from here, or rotating and bobbing from here, or rotating and bobbing from here. You have the tool to do that kind of stuff, right? So take angle. If you have to get close to take an angle, I'd rather that than sitting in your own backline. But yeah, I think that's the big takeaway for me.
That makes things clear.
Yeah, I think dynamite usage was okay. I think coach gun usage was okay. I mean, obviously, like the dynamites, you weren't always hitting them, but I also think part of the dynamite problems were a reflection of how you were setting up a little bit. But yeah, okay. Let's keep going here. Okay, rotate underneath. Yep. A little bit too far.
Here, we just want to distract them to come to me to open the choke. I'm not sure if that's correctly, but it's equivalent of touching point, basically. So they just turn around. That's my entire idea.
It's fine. It's fine. The way I like to say is the best distraction is a kill. So if you look at this and you're like, I can do this, or I can rotate top and apply a real distraction. Even if it takes you an extra second and a half, I'll always take the latter. I'll always take this, okay? I know what you're saying. It's like, oh, I can maybe distract them. Yeah, but you could also be using that time to actually do a real distraction elsewhere. Obviously, it ends up working out quite well because you're like, oh, Reaper. And you play this well. You duck behind cover, you blink out, grab Mega. The only critique here is you need to blink, not shoot. Who has crosshair advantage here?
Yeah, Reaper, because I was blinking in one direction, basically away from him.
So, and you're looking at the health pack, not him. So when you reload here, your next action needs to be a blink, not to shoot. So you blink and then shoot. You could even blink left. You could blink right out to cover. I think it's obviously a very small room, so it's awkward, but you do need to blink.
Short question here, would a good tracer train to take this mega without looking at it? So do I, should I kind of train diagonal blinks and stuff to get this?
Yeah, maybe.
Because it's kind of awkward angle.
Yeah, I don't think it's bad. Like, basically, here's what's doing. It's an awkward angle, but getting that health pack is it's more important than anything else right now.
Okay.
So I think, I mean, come on. You look at this. You have 2 blinks. You have a recall. He's half HP. This is fine.
Okay, this is good enough for now.
This is good. This is good enough. Yeah, you did a good job. Okay. And I even like the mid-clip discipline there. I actually would have finished the clip. I think you could have gotten away with it because he wasn't looking at you. But, like, you realize, oh, shoot, I need a blink. I messed up. So you pause mid-clip and blink out, and then shoot a little bit more. Now, he was reloading, so you could have gotten more damage out, but I respect that. That's fine. And you're in a really good spot to win this. My problem here is this is the mistake. This is the major mistake. You've won the duel with how you've played. However, it has cost you your recall. Relax. You get what I'm saying? Hold the angle.
Yes, but I don't know how to survive here because if Reaper now shoots through the door, I'm just dead, and I have
so look at the door
in front.
So look at the door.
Okay.
Don't look at the Juno. Look at the door. And if you do have to disengage, where do you disengage to?
Well, ideally behind this building, but again, I don't know how to reach it.
Blink 1, blink 2, and relax.
Yeah, but I'm open to everything this entire time, so everything feels scary, so I actually do not know if anything would have been possible.
Sure. My point being is that there is a little bit of risk no matter what you do right now.
Yeah.
So the worst thing that you can do is just scream and run into the middle of the enemy sports. Okay,
but that's what's my plan, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the plan. So relax. You have a few options, okay? Deal with the thing that's going to contest you here. The one that you have an advantage over, right? Like you got 2 blinks, 94 HP. This guy's got no fade. He's 99. You're going to win this 1v1. You're going to win this 1v1, okay? All right? Or disengage on the angle, relax, grab some health, get some cover, and go back in again. You've created some nice space here. You've done a good job. Don't be like, oh, I have no recall. I'm going to die. No, relax.
Okay.
You're good. This is what's going to kill you. Right? That should have killed you.
Yeah,
right?
If they could aim, I would be dead, yeah.
Correct. And you will be dead in Plat, 50% of the time. Even in Plat, you will get punished for that mistake. All right, next step, rotate right. But initial staging and initial duel, honestly, even the initial duel versus the Reaper, as my cat goes crazy. Do you see her? She's going crazy. It was fine. I think it was okay. I think even the spawn camp here isn't too bad. This is fine actually. It's just awkward. Oh no, Kiriko, what are you doing? Okay, so main critique here is again just don't rush this. Let him start to walk in a straight line, then clip the son of a gun, right? So this is just a mechanical thing. Just relax. Don't rush the clip. And then now you have to run. Run. Should have run to Mega, but yeah. I love it. That's crazy. You're creating so much space. Like, you're actually creating so much space. Your setup phase has been really good. Really good.
But everything of it, the rest is just illegal because I should have been dead 5 times already.
I mean, okay, here's the thing. Yes, you should have been dead, but even if you had died there, you still cap. Because of what you've done. Yeah. Also, I want to admire this clip here. I mean, you're doing good with the blinks here, right? He was not ready for that. He missed the melee because of that. Frick. That's okay.
That's a kill shot out of nowhere,
yeah. I was gonna ask you where should you go, but I think you are going to go.
I went to payload and told my supports that they can go high ground, but then they didn't want to, so I just went away from payload.
Don't do this. Okay. Don't do this. Like I love that from you so much. I'm so proud of you. Don't do it. If you walk out and they're on cart, screw them.
Okay.
Screw 'em.
But I just thought that Kiriko and June both have range, so they could shoot just from this
You're
high ground
correct.
stuff.
This is Tracer Escort. Yeah, Tracer Escort, especially with verticality, is if you can get your supports off of cart, like you can do a lot on cart here, but they're not going to do that. So just take the angle.
Right, it was the escort video where you mentioned this Ashe angle. Right now, I remember.
No, you're good. You're
exactly.
correct. You're correct. So what I would say is, if you had not died the previous fight, you could have gone to cart and seen if they'd taken space and if they didn't. But they're clearly already committed to it, so just leave them be.
Okay.
Leave them be. This rotation from you is good. You got sandwiched by Kiriko. That's unfortunate, but you can still avoid her now. So this is good. This is a good response from you. You didn't know she was there.
Actually, I didn't know. I was completely surprised. I actually did not notice that she's up there.
Sorry, I'm agreeing with you. You did not know that she was there.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, this is fine. So you go, oh no, I blink, you drop, and then you shoot from here. The difference now is the Kiriko doesn't have an easy sightline onto you. I mean, she kind of has a sightline onto you. Okay, but it's awkward. Okay, this is just a good shot from her. Like, I actually don't even hate your response. I think you're unaware of what she could see. This would be where, like, you could just hover a little bit under here and maybe even wrap from in building, right? I don't know. I think this is okay. Like, this is a good shot. You didn't think she could see you. I don't have a problem with this. This is unlucky. It's a good shot. Go next.
Okay.
Oh, jeez. What did your Naga just do? Why do people wait till the last possible second to press Q?
Well, I had 60 HP left. Good try, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, just chill. I like the wrap here. Oh.
This is so platinum as well.
I mean, she's typing. It happened. This happens even in Grandmaster, right? This is good.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think here, this is the plan to shoot tank. I don't think this is like a really good angle here. I mean, I guess, but this is too far. I think she think this is the play, like right here, you know? Every other angle feels too open. Yeah, so this is good. Yeah, this is good. Yeah, this is 100% the play. I mean, this is exactly where target priority doesn't matter, right? Because how are you supposed to get here? How are you supposed to shoot the bay from 15 meters without burning 3 links, right? So this is 100% the play. Good stuff. I mean, it's a bad pulse, right? But my only critique here is you needed to hold the angle. Stop getting that escort tip into your brain. Man, this is why, like, even good tips from yours truly are bad, right? Because you're thinking about the escort guide and not about how to play Tracer. What should you do right now?
Well, be in the cover on the right side and just press the Sigma, basically.
Yep, keep
go
going.
inside this propane stuff.
Yeah, you could. I don't like that with Tracer. I need fresh air. Like, I need short sightlines, but I need movement, right? If I was Reaper, maybe, but yeah, I think you just keep playing here. Like, you're doing actually so much here right now. Like, even after the pulse bomb, you could finish the kill here. You could keep nuisancing. Nuisancing. I don't even know if that's a word. Sigma and May.
So basically, I remove my own awareness of everything by just being so close that I don't see anything.
Yes. You thought about cart instead of your angle. In the middle of a fight, which is probably not the best play.
Okay.
That's funny. No way, bro. Like, what is going on? That is crazy. That Blizzard. She just stared you guys down and was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Good angle. This is nice. This is really going to make touching impossible for them. You got sandwiched. GG's. Wait, did he crouch on you or how did he get to you? I didn't hear him.
I actually was so focused on payload pushing, so I actually did not pay enough attention, I guess. I think I could have hurt him easily.
Yeah, he just walked. Okay, that's fine.
Again, just a Plat moment. Like,
Yeah. It's good rotation. Just keep shooting. So you commit here because he's 1 HP. It's fine with me.
Yeah, and then they cleanse,
I guess it's because of Hender.
Because of Hender. I have Cassie's attention, so he's out of, like, I know that Cassie now has 0 target in his range, and thereby I decided he's useless anyway, so I do something else.
So you either rotate to the opposite angle, or you can just play blinks around here, or play blinks around here, right? It's up to you. I think it depends on what the map provides. This is fine as well. Yeah, this is good. Just need to get faster to cover, that's all. This is really good. Really high level value, I think. Could have been executed a little bit better with the cover, but that's all. Yep. Good. Nice use of blink. Didn't need to use your recall, but I think it's because you didn't know that you had to blink. I think you thought you were out of blinks. Yeah. You were for like a brief second.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's cooked. He's dead. Wait. Wait, it happened so fast. What happened? wait. Okay. Oh, you went for the Juno. Okay. Yeah, good, that's okay. Good angle. Good.
Yeah, he should have just reset. He has stayed far too long for nothing.
Yeah. Good fight in the Cassidy, though. Good stuff. Good rotation. Oh, jeez, your team is just getting rolled. Okay, we're gonna go next fight, I guess. So, iffy. I'm not so sure, because we've already established that you can get a lot of pressure from just playing these rooms here. I don't think you have to reach. So I don't hate this if like you have a pulse bomb or something cute like that, I guess, but even then it's kind of risky. But I don't really see the need to rotate this way. You kind of see what I'm saying? I don't hate this angle. It's not great, but it's not bad. The problem is that you're going into this angle using resources when you just already had a great angle to shoot tank or supports from here. Okay. Then as they rotate away from you, then you can deepen. So I think there's been a little bit too much across in the street here. You get what I'm saying? Yep. Don't cross the street. Kids look both ways, you know what I'm saying? So
the main reason I went is because I thought the Cassidy would ult from there, and I thought that would be the highest value in the team fight. But basically, it was
right.
for reach.
Right.
They just didn't expect the Kiriko to go up so fast. So I thought I can just recall if it goes wrong, but then yeah, it's recalled into the same spot. And it died.
Yeah. I think you need to let him out. Because I think you're 1v5ing right now. Let him out, right? Let him out, Let him out and control the angle from here, or control the angle from here instead, right? Let him out.
Okay.
Because now we need you, and you're kind of like having to play slow. Good try with Pulse. That is exceptional. Did you see that?
No. This one. Yeah. He was actually writing chat because of that. Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm telling you, the angle is all fine and everything. Like, it's just the problem is that you're wasting a lot of resources before the fight starts. Like right now, there's actually nowhere for you to go. You just needed to have resources. You tried to stuff instead of letting them out. Stuffing almost always fails. It fails in King's Row. It fails in Route 66. It fails in Eichenbolde, because the problem with stuffing is you don't have defender's advantage and you don't have a 5v5. You have a 2v5. Right? And what always happens, you get your May Wall force, your Ice Block force, your Fortify force, your Recall force, or whatever else, and stuff just goes poorly. So,
but basically it's the same as this with Ashe. They just press W into enemies instead of pressing W into a good position.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Wrap right or left. Actually, maybe you don't even need to, because you already have teammates there. A little bit of clip discipline goes a long way here, right?
Against Juno, honestly, I kind of struggle with that a lot, because I never know if my crosshair is on her or not. Like, I just miss anyway.
Put yourself in a position where she doesn't strafe over your head is the problem. This is where Juno's going to make you look stupid. Where right here, you're going to have a hard time. So what you do is you actually create a bit of a distance, right? Where you don't play on top of her head. You play just outside of her range. And you play it, because remember, you have like 10-meter fall off, right? So you can play here and you're fine, right? So
okay. I actually never considered running away from our supporters, Tracer. Actually,
yeah, just a little bit, right? So, I mean, it's the same thing with, it's actually the same thing with Kiriko too, right? And also with Zenyatta. Like, you have a lot of characters that, like, you know, I mean, I kill more Tracers in melee range as Zen than I do at like 10 meters. Because it's like they disorient themselves with their tracking, and I just have to hit one shot. In addition to that, even stuff like I know it's kind of a minor thing, but like Zenyatta's melee, right? Don't play with that, right? Like, you don't need to make your tracking harder. You just need to make his, like, you just need to move through him.
Okay.
You need to be close enough to where you can blink through them, but not so close that you're on top of them, essentially. Okay. Any questions?
No, that is pretty much clear. Yeah. No,